Hi guys, this is Asal. I'm studying for the bar and I wanted to review my notes with you. So today I'm studying civil procedure and specifically I'm studying Federal Rules of Civil Procedure 11. So the FRCP 11 is actually a very simple rule. All there is to it is the signature requirement for all papers and what is a non-frivolous filing. So this means that it must be filed for the right purpose, it must have legal arguments that are reasonable, and the facts must have a basis on reality. And finally, I'm going to talk about the sanctions. But before I go on and I talk about this, I kind of want to talk about the rule a little bit. I pulled up the rule right here. This is from just the internet, looking it up. This is the FRCP 11. It says over here, signing of pleadings, motions, and other papers, representations to the court, and sanctions. Part A is the signature. It says that every pleading, written motion, and other papers shall be signed by at least the attorney of the record in the attorney's individual name, or if the party is not represented by an attorney, shall be signed by the party. So the first part is the signature. The second part, representation to the court over here. The part B, this says by representing to the court, whether by signing, filing, submitting, or later advocating a pleading, written motion, or other paper, an attorney or unrepresented party is certifying to the best of their knowledge, information, and belief formed after the inquiry reasonable under the circumstances. So there's four. I don't want to read all of it to you. The first one is, it is not being presented for any informal purpose. So it has to be for a proper purpose. And it cannot be for like harassment or other unnecessary delay. And then the second part is the claims, defenses, and other legal contentions. The third one is the allegations and other factual contentions that have evidentiary support. And then lastly, the fourth part is the denials. You see right here, that's what I'm reading. The denials of factual contentions are warranted on the evidence or if specifically so identified. So what you need to do here is that you need to go back and you need to pull up FRCP 11 and just take a look at it and just scroll through it. The third part is the sanctions over here. And it says that if after notice and a reasonable opportunity to respond, the court determines that, and then it tells you how it can do sanctions. And then the last part is the inapplicability to discovery. So that's pretty much all there is to the rule. I would like to give you a little bit of a more explanation here because all I did was read the rule. So what happens is that when you sign these papers, you're responsible for it. You own it. So remember that. That's like the first thing. So no improper purpose. You cannot not have harassment, delay, or vexation. And legal contentions are warranted. And then the facts will likely have evidentiary support. And finally, denials of fact must also have evidentiary support. Also, here it is, I have a little note on the non-frivolous legal arguments. And it needs to have some chance of success and do not need to be necessarily successful. But it still has to have some chance of success. And then finally, there's the safe zone, where you cite to a credible authority, because you gotta cite to something, anything, a credible authority. Okay, so that's very important. And then that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. There's the factual allegations. That does the allegation have an evidentiary support? So you must ask yourself, does the allegation have an evidentiary support? If yes, you can assert it. If no, then will it likely have support later? If yes, then you can assert it. If no, then do not assert it. That's how you can have the factual assertions. Finally, the denials. There must be proper basis for denials. So there must be evidence, belief, and reasonable lack of information. So that's denials. And also the sanctions. So there's two ways to seek sanctions. The court can seek to impose sanctions, but also the party can seek to impose sanctions also. So it's either the court or the party, okay? They can both impose sanctions. And then finally, there's no sanction for small stuff, and Rule 11 applies to Rule 11 motions. And the objective is to deterrence. Okay, so remember, the objective of Rule 11 is deterrence, no monetary sanctions on party with a lawyer or for frivolous legal arguments. And that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. So the Rule 11, what it does, it stops frivolous filing, and the papers must be signed, and if the filer must certify to the court with good purpose, good law, and good facts. So remember, Rule 11 stops frivolous filing, paper must be signed, and the filer must certify to the court with good purpose, good law, and good facts. So I hope you enjoy studying. Good luck.